Good morning, class 8. Let us begin our new lesson. Today's topic is National Heritages. There are so many important objects in our country which do not belong to a single individual, community, or a society, but it is the wealth of all the citizens of a country. These valuable materials which belong to all of us are known as national heritages. Rivers, mountains, forests, temples, parks, historical buildings, dances, music, musical instruments are few examples of national heritages. They represent our country in the international world. Now let us look at the meaning of national heritages. National heritages refers to the things and traditions which are passed down through the years from one generation to the next. These are the possession of every citizen in the country. The heritages are the true assets and identity of a nation. It means national heritages are the valuable wealth of our nation. They have been passed on to us from previous generation. Our generation is maintaining them in the present and will be handed down to the future generation by us. Now, when we talk about different types of national heritages, there are three types of national heritages. They are natural heritage, cultural heritage, and religious heritage. Let us discuss them one by one. Natural heritages. The heritages gifted to us by nature is called natural heritage. Now look at the pictures. In the first one, we have the river. Now, in another one, we have the pig, the forest with the varieties of animals in the third, as well as the lake. Here in the fourth picture, these are few natural heritages of our country. In the same way, the cave. This is the picture of Gupteshwar cave in Pokhara. So in the same way, the land topography. This is the land topography that is in Upper Mustang of our country. It is the amazing land feature, and this type of land topography is also the natural heritage of our country. In the same way, this is the picture of a rhododendron tree, and you know that there are different types of plants which are found in our country. They can be medicinal herbs or they can be soaps. Those all are our natural heritages. Now see this picture, amazing picture of the fountain. There are so many fountains in our country. The things which are gifted to us by nature free of cost are the natural heritages of our country. Now let's move forward to cultural heritages. The heritages related to our culture, customs, practices, objects of arts are cultural heritages. They include historical buildings, ancient books, folk songs, languages, festivals, different music and dance, typical to Nepal. Typical dishes or food found in Nepal are our cultural heritages. Look at the picture. The first picture is Dhan Nach. The second one is the inscription. This type of inscription is found in different historical buildings as well as in the temples, and you know that this type of inscription is the source of history of our country. So they are very important for us. In the same way, different types of idols, art, the work. Take the example. This is the Mithila art, which is popular in our country, and it is also known as Madhumani art. And you should know that this is one of the export item of our country. In the same way, you can see a woman. She is using the domestic tool called Cheki and Madani. So those are the domestic tools of ancient time, and they are also our cultural heritage. In the same way, this is Jato, and it was used in each and every house in the ancient time to grind the grains or to grind the flour. So it means that it is also one of our cultural heritage. Now look at the picture. The girls here, they are just dressed up in their cultural dresses. They are beautifully decorated in their ornaments typical to their culture. So all these dresses and ornaments are our cultural heritages. In the same way, in another picture, we can see different types of musical instruments. These instruments are typical to our country. These are also our cultural heritages. And in the third picture, you can see Lake dance. All the jatras and dances, they are also the cultural heritages of our country. In the same way, in the last picture, you can see the people, they are playing the musical instrument. And the musical instrument consists of 5 different musical what we say instruments, and that is known as panchevaza. And when they play these different 5 musical instruments, they create the music, and that music is popular, or that is played generally in the wedding ceremony, or sometimes even in the Bratamanda ceremony, or in the holy occasions. So it means that that music that is produced in our country is typical, and that is found in our country only. So it means that the typical musics that are played in our country, like Malsidrun, yeah, Panchevaza Kodun, then these all are the cultural heritages of our country. In the same way, you know about flock songs, Lokgit, Dohori Git, all those are also our cultural heritages. Now let's move forward. Religious heritages. The religious places and objects related with religious values and norms are known as religious heritages. Now look at the picture. The first picture is the picture of Manakamana, and it is the holy site for Hindus. So that is our religious heritages. In the same way, the second picture here is the birthplace of Gautam Buddha, and you can see the white building. And what is that? That is Maya Devi temple in Lumbini. So it means that this area, you know about this area, this is the birthplace of Gautam Buddha, and it is popular in Nepal among Hindu and Buddhist, but it is one of the holiest place for all the Buddhists in the world. Look at another picture. Now this is the mosque that is in Pokhara. This type of mosques which are found in our country, all those mosques are our religious heritages. In the same way, another picture is the Assumption Church. This is in Kathmandu Valley. So you should know that all the heritages which are related to the religion are our religious heritages. So what we should know is all the heritages are pride of our nation, which are in our country. So we all need to preserve them for our future generation. Now let us look at this picture. See, this is the picture of Bhagmati River in 1950s. So it means that it was taken 70 years back. At that time, look at the water in Bhagmati River. It was so clean. And what about the Bhagmati River at present? See the condition of the Bhagmati River. It is so dirty. You know that Bhagmati River, it flows through the Kathmandu Valley. It is considered as the source of Nepalese civilization. It is even holy for both Hindus and Buddhists, but we are not able to preserve it. But what we should know is, now Bhagmati cleaning campaign is going on. The volunteers involved in the campaign collects the solid discharges from the river every Saturday. They are even raising voice against direct discharge of solid and liquid waste to the river. They hope in the near future they will be able to bring Bhagmati River in its natural form. And what do you think? I think that I will be able to swim in Bhagmati River one day in the near future. And I even want to ask you the question, have you done any work related to preservation of heritages in your community? If yes, I appreciate your effort. If no, try to get involved in preservation of different heritages in your community with the help of your parents. Now here are a few questions for practice. 1. Define national heritage. 2. What are the different types of national heritages? Describe about them with examples. What should be done to preserve national heritages? Write 5 points. Maybe question number 3. You don't know the answer. If you do not know the answer, please talk with your parents and do the work. Now, see you again in the next video. Thank you.
Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe our channel. If you haven't checked out our other videos, it's in the description below.